Hey, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, then hi, my name is Erica, and today I'm gonna do another story time video. So, this is because I recently found out this story. I mean, I always knew my part of the story, but I didn't always know the other part. And I know that's very vague, but this story starts when I was in elementary school. I don't know exactly what grade I was in. I'm thinking it either had to be 4th or 5th grade, because I do remember going over my one friend's house who we were in the same class in 4th grade, and before that we didn't know each other, so it had to be sometime either 4th or 5th grade. So anyway, I was in chorus because he who had to either be in chorus and band or chorus and orchestra. So I was in band and chorus, and I really enjoyed chorus. I'm not a good singer. I mean, I did get a solo once, which that could be another story in and of itself, because that's a pretty wild story. But so I was in chorus and I really enjoyed it. And we were informed that the local high school was putting on a production of The Wiz, which is like a version of The Wizard of Oz. I think it has a lot more like jazz and stuff like that. So they wanted some elementary schoolers to play the Munchkins. And so we were told that we could sign up to try out. So I, of course, was so excited about this. I was like, I want to act, I want to sing, I want to be on that stage. So I sign up, and I practiced my audition with the Hannah Montana song. If you know the song, This Is the Life, you know what I'm talking about. I was so excited. I was practicing that song, and I think I did pretty well, and I was just very excited and very pumped. I was like, I'm gonna get this role, I'm gonna get this role, oh yeah, I'm starting my acting career. So I go to this audition. I'm very nervous, but I'm also very excited and confident. And so I try out, and then a few days later we find out if we made it or not, and I did not make it. And I was crushed. And that, I'm not going to say that started me feeling like having like low self-esteem, but that really did contribute to that, because I do remember before that time being super confident and like bubbly and talkative and not really afraid of what people thought of me, and not afraid of what people thought about my disability. You know, like I saw it as something that made me different, but I didn't see it as something to be ashamed of. But after that, I kind of did get the feeling that it might have had something to do with my disability, but then I also started to get imposter syndrome, and I was like, well, I just wasn't good enough. But then fast forward to yesterday, I was riding my bike, talking to my mom about terrible experiences I had in elementary school. I don't remember how the subject came up, it doesn't really matter. But so my mom's like, oh yeah, and that time, and I'm gonna I'm gonna call this teacher Mrs. Smith because I don't know what other pseudonym to use, so I'm just gonna come up with a basic one. So she's like, oh yeah, Mrs. Smith. Now one time she called me telling me to tell you not to try out for that musical because she didn't want you to get heartbroken. And my mom was like, and I kind of got the feeling that like she already had told like the directors of the play like not to cast me because it would just make things too hard with like my walker or my crutch. I don't remember what mobility device I used back then, but so it would just be too much of a hassle, and why would we want that on the stage? So yesterday I was like, oh my god, so this was already set in motion. So like maybe I wasn't as bad at the audition as I thought I was, and maybe and to be fair, I don't know. But I will say this has really made me look at things differently. And this probably sounds very dramatic. You're probably like, oh my god, Erica, that's such a stupid little story from when you were in elementary school. But it really had me thinking about, like, what would I have done with my life if I never felt like I wasn't good enough. Like if I had the confidence I had back then, now, what would my life look like? Like, how many times in life have I not gone for something I wanted because I was afraid? Or how many times even that I did go for what I wanted, but I didn't put 100% in it, or I didn't show up with confidence because I didn't have any. Like, would my life look different? I don't know the answer to that. And I don't know, that was just something I wanted to get off my chest, because I think it's a very interesting thing to think about, especially for marginalized people, even just for like women, because I feel like as marginalized people, we are almost taught to have low expectations of ourselves. And that sucks, and that shouldn't be. And teachers like Mrs. Smith, was that the pseudonym I gave her? I hope so. But teachers like her should not be teaching elementary schoolers. If you cannot teach every student and you cannot support every student, you shouldn't be a teacher, especially for that age group, because it's such a, I don't want to say fragile, but it's an age where you're still really being formed, and your confidence is still being formed, and you still have that childlike innocence where you think, oh, I'm gonna accomplish all my dreams and all my goals. And then after that, it gets shattered. So yeah, I know that was a pretty weird story time. I just felt like saying it because it's something that really made me think about my own. It gave me a new outlook, which sounds really ridiculous. But sometimes that's what it takes. So yeah, if you liked this video, please give it a big thumbs up. And if you have not already and you would like to see more of my content, please consider hitting that subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again next time. Bye.